Hi, friends. My name is Toni Cureton. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Life Skills FYI. Life Skills FYI provides a set of core adult capabilities to manage work, family, and relationships successfully. It's designed to help build skills adults need for life. Life Skills FYI teaches skills of planning, awareness, focus, self-control, and flexibility. They are daily living skills to promote successful independent living, skills that every adult should know, but were never taught in school. Life Skills FYI premieres on Thursdays at 10 a.m. on our My Virtual Academy Facebook page and on Instagram. Today, we are going to talk about how to create a savings plan. Everybody knows that you need to have savings, especially now. Who would have thought that we would have ever been in a pandemic? You could have bet me money, paid me money, and I would not have believed that. But it happened. And more importantly, while we were in this pandemic, it was important and should have been important for everyone to have had savings. That way, they would not have experienced such hardships. And some people did have savings, and it took them for a period, and then they ran out. Other people had more savings, and they were able to go longer and survive a lot better. But I'm here to tell you today that it is important that you have savings, money that you put away for whatever reason, emergencies, unexpected events such as a pandemic, um, as well as saving for fun things like vacations and, um, you know, things that you want to buy, ski-doos and treats and splurges that you want for yourself. So we're going to discuss today how to create a savings plan for yourself and your household. Struggling with your finances can be overwhelming and downright confusing, and it can. With so much information out there, you don't know where to go or what information to trust. So we're going to show you a plan that will help you. You may tweak it and change it or move to a better plan, but this is one that will help you get started. I found myself in the same predicament. I didn't save money at one point either. I didn't know how. I didn't know where to begin. On the one hand, I didn't think I made enough money to save. And then on the other hand, I felt like I worked so hard that I deserved to buy and treat myself to things and have a good time with my money. But I found out, being realistic and responsible, I found out that those were just excuses for me to be irresponsible with my money. And so through experience, good and bad, I figured out some things and created a plan for myself, what works, and I'm going to share that with you and help you break down a plan for yourself so that you can start saving. And I'm going to do this in 4 simple steps. Okay, step number 1, establish where your money is going. The biggest mistake people make when they think about creating a savings plan is not recognizing where they are currently spending their money. It can be really surprising when you break it down. Those sneaky expenses can trip you up. You'll never be able to have the great feeling of being ahead if you do not understand what money needs you have and where you should be saving and what you should be saving for. So You need to get a good picture of where all your money has been going. You can start doing this by going through your bank statements and your receipts for the last few months. It's ideal to do it for at least 3 months. It's not complicated, but it does involve breaking down what you've spent. The goal of this step is to see what little items you should be budgeting for, but aren't. This way, you can start saving for those little expenses in advance and not have to scramble at the last minute to come up with funds all the time. This is what is going to get you ahead in your finances. The goal of a monthly savings plan is to have money for what you need before you need it. For instance, if you typically spend a big part or all of your paycheck before your next payday, meaning you get paid Friday, and before the next Friday comes, the next pay period, almost all of your check from the previous pay period is gone. If that is your situation, then it's going to be a little tricky for you to put up large amounts of money towards savings. And so, for example, if you're thinking, okay, yeah, I want to save $1,000 a month, if this is your scenario where the majority of your paycheck is almost gone before you reach your next pay period, then that's not really a realistic amount for you to shoot for as far as developing a savings plan. Instead, you should seek out ways to ensure that you can deposit smaller amounts, such as like $50 a month towards your savings account. Small steps like these are important when building a savings plan, as they make it easier for you to adhere to it. You know, smaller amounts are easier to stick to than larger amounts. You really have to be a disciplined person to save $1,000 at a time, $1,000 every pay period. It's not an impossible thing, but if you practice beginning with smaller amounts, you can build your way towards larger amounts and create a more stable savings plan for yourself. And it will build your confidence and help you to be motivated to continue to do so, because the objective is for you to set up a plan and stick with the plan so that you can create savings, not set up a plan and you find it, a little impossible to continue with, or, these emergencies keep coming up. And so you keep taking money away. This is not the objective. The objective is we want to set you up with a plan that is doable and workable for you so that you can stick with it and build upon. So step number 2, reduce your spending. Once you know what you are spending your money on, then you can start setting your goals. After you have subtracted your expenses from your income, you can start taking small steps to discover ways that you can further save on the money you earn. You can begin by introducing small changes, like instead of going out to eat for lunch every day at work, pack your lunch, buy a loaf of bread and lunch meat and lettuce and tomatoes and make you a sandwich every day and take to work, or make a salad and take it to work instead of eating out. You would be surprised how much money you can save if you eliminate eating out. If your budget is tight and you don't see a whole lot of room in your budget, what you can do in this situation is to find other ways to increase your income. You can do this by creating a side business. A lot of people right now are starting a lot of e-commerce or at-home online businesses. It's real simple to do depending upon what it is you want to do. Um, it eliminates a lot of business overhead because you don't have an actual brick and mortar. You are working from your home. And so everything in your home, you already have the provision for it. For example, if you decided I want to sell teddy bears, okay, well, you have a home already. Now all you have to do is get the supply of teddy bears and store them in your basement or in your attic. And as you get orders, you ship them out accordingly. So then your only expense is purchasing the teddy bears and the shipping. And then as you set the price for the teddy bears that you sell, you can incorporate that cost into it, and what you make as people purchase your teddy bears is profit. And so this can bring you extra income that you can utilize to help save for your savings account and your emergency needs. So step number 3, we're almost done. Wow. So set your savings goal, create your action plan. Um, in the past, I'm sure you set goals before. Perhaps you wanted to make an A in one of your classes, or perhaps you wanted to set a goal of losing weight. To achieve those goals, you needed an action plan, and it's no different with your financial goals. Just figure out how much money you'll need to save for that goal and how many weeks you'll have to save. Divide the amount of money that you want to save by the number of weeks that you have to save it for, and that is your weekly saving target. For example, if you wanted to purchase a flat screen TV and the flat screen TV is $100, you know that you want to purchase that, and you want to purchase it in 4 weeks from today. So you divide the 4 into the 100, and that gives you $25. So you know that every pay period, you have to put away $25 towards the purchase of that flat screen TV. It's just that simple. Start by defining exactly what you want and get specific. The more detailed you can be, the more you can visualize your project and your progress. For example, if you want to buy a car, saying, I want to buy a car is not quite as effective and motivating as I will buy a small hybrid SUV within 3 years. That's a specific goal. It gives you a more clearer picture of what your plan is. Number 2, determine your timeline. Is this going to be a short-term goal, something that you can complete within the next 6 months to a year? Or is it a midterm goal, something that you can complete within 2 to 5 years? Or is it a long-term goal, something that can be completed within 6 to 10 years? Thinking about the goals you're working towards in this way can help you prioritize how you plan and save. Number 3, pinpoint your target dollar amount. You may need to do some research to find out exactly how much you can realistically save when you're planning for things like a wedding or a vacation to Italy. Knowing how much these things cost, it helps you focus and target specifically what is it going to require of you? How much is it going to require of you to put away towards these events? Number 4, map out the actionable steps to get to your goal. For example, like I shared earlier, If you want to save $5,000 in 5 years so that you can get new living room furniture, break it down like this. Your goal is 5,000 for 5 years, 1,000 per year. And if you divide that by 12, it comes out to $83 a month, which is extremely doable. If you break your large goal down to a more smaller number, you can get there a lot quicker and with consistency, and you're motivated to continue striving towards that goal because your focus now is on $83 a month instead of $1,000 a year or $5,000 for 5 years. It's a good way to, keep you motivated and moving towards your goal. Number 5, write it down. Put your financial goals and plans into existence by writing it down. Why? Because when you can literally see what you're striving for, you'll increase your motivation to get there. Put it before you. That way you can see what it is. You can monitor your progress and you can reference how much further you have to go in order to reach it. This is called your action plan, your visualization. People often create visualization boards with not just their financial goals, but everything. Where they want to work, vacations they want to take, their goals in life, what they want to do. People write these things down and they refer to them on a regular basis. They keep their eyes on the prize. That way they know how much further they have to go in order to get there. Step number 4, now you need to automate. Whether you receive direct deposit of your payroll check into your checking or savings account, or if you set up automatic payments of your bills from your checking account. Automation is your friend. If you don't see the money, you won't spend the money. As long as the money is in your hand, it's like such a strong temptation to, oh, they have a sale at this store to buy this, or you were in the store to get one thing, but you saw this and it caught your eye, and and I have the money right here. Automation is your friend. Put your money, transfer your money, make sure your money transfers into your accounts automatically. Don't manually put, you can manually deposit it. However, most people don't really have that discipline to not spend the money that they have. It's tangible, it's right there. Also, sometimes you forget, you get so busy, you get so preoccupied, things happen, and you forget to make these deposits. And then the next thing you know, it's the next pay period, and you've spent all of that money. And so now you have to start all over again. Automate, get direct deposit on your payroll checks, and automatically set up your transfers for how much you are going to put every week, every pay period, every month into your savings accounts. That way you don't spend that money, and that way it continues to sit there and grow and grow and grow every pay period. If you do direct deposit through your employer, you can choose to send a set or a certain amount of money from your payroll check into your savings account as well. Your employer has the ability to deposit your check into your checking account, and take some money out of the checking account and send it to your savings account if that's what you request. Your employer does have that ability. Um, if you get paid every other week, that's 26 pay periods. And if your annual savings goal is $3,000, then you would need to divide 3,000 by 26, which equals $115.38. So you get your employer to directly deposit your check into your checking account, and then you tell your employer, I also want you to take out $115.38 and deposit it into my savings account. And that auto transfer will take place pay period after pay period after pay period. And when you get to the end of the year, you'll have that $3,000 that you set out to save in your savings account. And the rest of your paycheck can go into your checking account to be used to pay your bills and other expenses. If you don't have direct deposit, you can still set up automatic transfers. You just need to set that up with your bank or your credit union. Meaning if you receive either a hard copy paycheck, or you have one of those cards that people use. I think Chime is one of them, and there are a couple of others out there where you get your paycheck deposited or transferred into one of those little debit card companies. You can set it up so that they can send money into your savings account. And so you'll automatically have it there, and it's working and it's growing, and your savings account increases, and it will help you. It's a best practice if you can get it done automatically, but if you want to do it manually, you can do so. It just saves you time. It automatically goes into it, and you don't have to think about it. And more importantly, you don't, because of circumstances or situations, wind up forgetting to make that transfer into your savings account. So having a savings plan is crucial for any financial planning. It is the basic foundation of your budget and a great way to start planning for your financial future. I gotta tell you, your financial future is quickly approaching. You know, when I was 25, I never thought beyond 25, and now I'm not 25. And I'm like, huh. So you can never begin. It's never too early to start thinking about savings. And savings are like a financial safety net that you can rely on for unexpected and large expenses. If you've been thinking about how you can begin savings on a regular basis, just follow this plan. It'll help you out. Having savings is an essential part of your financial life. Your savings will help you when you retire. If you have medical emergencies, like I said, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Who knew, if you lose your job, or if you have any other unexpected expenses, that's what a savings account will do. It will cover, it will bridge that gap so that you don't go into financial devastation or ruin. You can begin making a savings plan right now to secure your future financially, So here on the screen, on the slide, it says 52-week savings plan. For a full year, if you follow this plan, you can save $1,378. You started week 1 by putting away $52. And every week after that, you put in $1 less than the week before. So the first week you put in 52, the second week you put in 51, the third week you put in 50, and you keep going down every week by $1 until you get to the end of the year where your deposit will actually be $1 into your savings account. And if you do that, at the end of the year, you will have saved $1,378. This is a really good, simple plan. And it'll help you out. It'll start you out on the road to savings. Every dime you make should not be spent. And you have to think about what you're spending your money on. Are you spending your money on things that will increase you financially, add to your, savings, or are you purchasing disposable, depreciable things that once you purchase it, it absolutely has no value and cannot increase your savings, not one bit? Perishable goods. Are you purchasing things that, don't even matter 5 minutes later? Not to say that you can't buy fun things with your money. Sure, you absolutely, every now and again. But the majority of your money shouldn't be spent in that area. You literally should be taking money out and putting away for unexpected, for the unexpected, because you never know. So that's 4 easy steps on how you can create a savings plan to help you out. Well, friends, this is all my time for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. My number is 586-842-0558. Again, my name is Toni Cureton. Thanks so much, and I will see you next time on Life Skills FYI. And always remember to adult responsibly.